next candidate is here at the table. Your name and the position you're going for.
My name is Norm Goldstein. I'm running with the Richmond First Voter Society for school trustee in Richmond.
Okay, Norm, you get the first question that everybody does, and that is, do you live in Richmond, and if so, how long?
I do live in Richmond. I've lived here since 1994 when my son was born.
Okay, so you've been here a couple decades now. You got a good sense of the landscape of this wonderful city. Can you talk a bit about your life, your professional life, and why you're choosing to run?
Well, I'm trained professionally as a mathematician, and I taught at university for 9 years. Since after that, I got a degree in computer science as well, and I worked in the remote sensing industry here in Richmond at McDonald Detweiler and Associates. I've retired from that the last 3 years. I've served previously on the board of Richmond Board of Education for 2011-2014, and I'm going for it again.
Schools in this city, I think it's fair to say, are schooling system is very good here. You've got a child, you said, in the schooling system?
He's graduated.
He's graduated, okay. Can you talk a bit, though, about everything there's grounds for improvement. Can you talk a bit about how schools could improve in this town?
Well, certainly. Well, the big issue now, of course, is SOGI, and we like to move forward with that and have it implemented.
And could you explain that to viewers briefly?
Oh, sorry. SOGI, S-O-G-I, stands for Sexual Orientation Gender Identity. It's a mandate from the province that all school districts need to pass such a policy to address problems with an identifiable subgroup of students who are experiencing higher rates of bullying and suicide. And so I'm looking forward to getting that implemented, and hopefully it will ameliorate the problem.
And the school board, schools, parents, in keeping with that thread, been on the front lines as you have been. Can you talk about how the school boards could do better when it comes to communicating new policies, new ideas with the community and parents?
I see. So there has been some questions about whether the school board, the school district, has sufficiently consulted with parents. Now, the consulting process is quite extensive, but of course not everybody hears about it. I think that might be the problem. How do you communicate better that there is a consultation process? Because the process that is there is quite broad. It goes on in different schools and goes out in the newsletter as well. And there's committees that ask for input. So that's a good question. I mean, I don't really have an answer. How would you advertise in newspapers? I don't know.
I said to one of our other candidates, but in fairness, the schools, it's got to be a two-way street. I mean, parents have to take an interest, you know. Also, with seismic upgrades, we're reading a lot about that. Schools, this is a very important issue. Richmond being on an island. Can you talk a bit about that?
Well, the seismic upgrades have been going on for years. It's been a slow process. Now, of course, we may not have an earthquake for another 100 years, 200 years, 300 years.
Yes.
Hopefully not. But you never know. It could happen while we're having this interview. It's really in the hands of the provincial government. All we can do is advocate for a faster progress and schedule for the upgrades, for the mitigation process.
Norm, thank you for your time today, and we want to wish you luck with the upcoming election.
Thank you very, very much.
Cheers.
I appreciate being here.
Thank you.